The canine officer's sole job is to focus on the dog. If you're trying to run the show while you're focusing on the dog, things will go bad. Now, there's a difference between walking the point for your search team and being in charge of the whole scene. Um, you can give advice, you can give input, but cede control of the whole scene to the officer that's going to be the primary officer. That's the incident commander. We talked about the importance of a pre-deployment briefing. It is really important that you get all the details about the call so that there's shared knowledge amongst everybody that's going on in your search team. Everybody's got to be on the same page about the suspect description, what the crime they're going to arrest somebody is, whether there were any weapons involved, what kind of risk this person poses, what kind of criminal history they may have. All sorts of things like that are there. But most important, you have to form a tactical plan. You've got to get together and say, when we get here, I'm walking point with the dog. The dog will lead us on the track. I need a dedicated canine cover, one person whose job is to make sure that I'm being covered while I'm focusing on the dog. And then I need somebody on the opposite side to be covered on that side. And maybe you'll have somebody else running behind you as a rear guard. If you're lucky and you have that many people, it's a great way to run things. Just realize that when you do that, everybody's got to know what their job is. Make a decision beforehand, either who exactly is going to be the arrest team that will move forward and take control of the suspect or call the suspect back to them to take control of them, or if it's based on where they are in relation to the team. In other words, if this person pops up to the left, well, it makes sense the left guard and the rear guard take control. Or maybe the left guard and the dedicated canine cover then shifts out of that role. Canine cover takes cover behind something big enough to stop bullets, and rear guard makes sure that you got 360 coverage and protection. If you can get that kind of plan in place beforehand, that's great. Understand that plans only survive first contact with the suspect. And after that, you've got to be able to adapt. But it's far easier to go into it with a plan that you can modify than to try and formulate one on the fly while bullets are whizzing around your ears. So, in that regard, failing to plan is planning to fail. So make sure that you walk out and you develop that nice, solid tactical plan before you get that dog out and moving down the street. During the search process, maintain tactical discipline, stay in your roles, and think de-escalation at every opportunity. Why? Not because it keeps us out of civil court or anything like that, because it makes tactical sense to generate compliance. The safest arrest you can make is one where you generate compliance. If you don't have to go hands-on and huckle-buck with somebody, you're going to be in far better shape than if you wind up having to step out, give up cover, get in that person's space, not knowing what kind of weapons they may have, not knowing if they have accomplices in ground that they've had an opportunity to spend some time in longer than you have, just doesn't make sense. So take those opportunities to pause. Dog gives you indication, pause, give a warning, try and generate compliance. New environment where they probably didn't hear the last warning, stop, pause, give a warning, wait, listen, see what they do, move forward like that. If the suspect's located, think about this. Now, the first thing to think about is if you find that person and the dog is giving an indication, just like we said, try to de-escalate, try to call them out, give them an opportunity to give up. Believe me, it is a real time saver not to have to spend all the time on post-bite procedures. So go ahead and make sure that you do that as best you can. You can do this safely. Stay behind things big enough to stop bullets. Maintain tactical discipline. Everybody covers their angles and use time, distance, angles, and shielding to your advantage to generate compliance. And you're probably going to come out of this okay. If you can get away with it, that's going to be great. Some suspects are just not going to comply. They are going to stay out there no matter what you say, and you're going to wind up having a bite. So during that tactical briefing we talked about earlier, you should have talked about what happens if the dog's on a bite.
This video was brought to you by the United States Police Canine Association. If you found this information helpful, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss our next video. For more information, check out our website www.uspcacanine.com and at USPCA Canine. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.